as you can see there, he's a boy steer calf. Some people will say, well, the first steer calf you have in a herd, or bull calf you have in a herd, means if you have that first, you'll have more bulls. But I haven't found that's true. Sometimes we'll have more bulls early and heifers later in the calving season. So we're kind of doing some little improving on the old blue and white truck here as we go. Heater fan quit the other day, so I ordered one. You can still get a heater fan with a or blower motor, what they call it, on Rock Auto for one of these. And we were sure that the plastic fan blade would break when we went to take it off. That we didn't bother with that. I just got one with the little squirrel cage fan already on it. You see what's happening in that mirror. I have to keep the handle pulled down, but I got the pump shut off. This bed runs on a pump, a hydraulic pump that runs off the motor, off the belt. So the truck's got to be running in order to run the bed. And if you just shut it off, then you kind of use that as a float. It's still going. Gonna get down pretty small. I believe I'm just gonna quit right there. So I turned the pump on. That's what that switch there is. And then you get my arms raised up here, set up on the bed. Neighbors, donkeys, having fun. You want to be sure and shut the pump off. That just runs a clutch on that pump, just like what your air conditioner compressor would have. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we got the blower motor changed, and it's nice and warm in here. Old Dodge diesel. By the time I got done putting out hay for my cows and got back to the house, you could almost feel it was a little bit warm. This one warms right up. I fed my calves and turned the switch on when I come out the barn the last time because I figured she'd be warmed up enough. Take a drive-by, I'm gonna count. I'm not gonna do it out loud. Unrolled the core down to, and if they've been doing pretty good at cleaning it up. That one looked like it might have had a lot of dead cheat in it, but that'll help their guts feel good because you can see it's a little bit green on the ground, and they've been picking on that fresh, lush green coming up. Drove through what was a pig pen years ago. Yeah, that's counting the cows. Want to go look at them one more trip. Early right there. I don't know what I'm going to name this red bull. That bull is out of a cow I got from Roger. He was born kind of late. I decided just to leave him on the cow. He's done pretty good over the winter here. His mama may be dragged down a little bit, but I'm pretty sure she's not pregnant. don't think it was possible she had time enough to cycle after he was born before he pulled the bulls. So I could be surprised, but I'll have to wean him later in the summer, and I don't really have anything else coming off at that time. I may have to go pick me up a couple of cheap calves to go with him. I've been trying to put out a video every day, and I've done that successfully the last couple of weeks. I had a couple of videos that was banked from last week, and I haven't gotten hardly any footage this week, so and I realize it's just Wednesday, but catch up somewhere here. Let's get a peek at him. Real close one. That's about as close as I can get. How about that? This has been cow checking for the day. Tomorrow is actually the date when we should start having calves. Of course, we had one 2 weeks ago, so. But I got several that are pregnant and gonna calve here. Should be 22 or 23 of them. 22. So we'll be seeing some new baby calves pretty quick. Well, we're working on this truck trying to get the thing ready to put that hay bed on. I've got a guy that's going to take the hay bed off and put it on this truck. You run into some issues once in a while, but we didn't have too much trouble getting the bed off. They kind of made it easier. We actually had more trouble getting the Reese hitch and bumper off of the truck than the bed. But then what we figured out was this bed, or this truck, is a tube frame. Kind of cheap. They really are. I don't know. Isn't that your impression, Kevin?
Yep.
Let's take the cheap way out. And that tube may be somewhat strong, but it's kind of cheap. And also, it's like 42 inches outside to outside on it. And the only issue with that is our bed is 38. I was either 38 or 39 inches. So what we're going to do here, what we started to do, is we're going to take every one of the bed mounts and we're going to bolt down a piece of this 2-inch rectangle or square tubing, so that whenever he gets that bed off, he can take all the mounts off that bed and set the bed on here. It should sit down just right when he does that. And then he can weld the frame rails of that bed to these pieces that we're going to put on here. I already got one of them drilled. I love drilling holes, not really. So I got one drilled, and then I got one hole in the next one drilled. And Kevin's cutting this tubing off. This tubing is some pretty healthy stuff, I think.
Yeah.
1/4-inch wall. And what you get when you're on the chop saw, and it will cut it, but you got to work at it a long time, and it overheats the blades. So he's been using an angle grinder with, I don't even think those are 1/8 inch, but a little bit thin blade on it.
Cuts right through it.
And man, it cuts right through it. We've been using them for a bunch of stuff, so. But this ought to work out just fine, putting these on, and he's got that one and one more to cut. There'll be 2 2x6 tubes and 2 2x2s, and then we'll be bolting them down. So it's improved the looks of the truck 1000%, taking the bed off. And we washed it with pressure washer. Now the outside's cleaner than the inside. Better get to work. love this part of it. Probably go fine if the camera wasn't on. Now put the other bit in and go that way. Well, we got all the parts made and put on there. Kevin is buffing the spots a little bit where they're gonna, the bed rail is set, where it'll weld good for them. And we're just about to be done with this project this morning. Someday later this week, I believe they're gonna take the bed off of the other one, and maybe Friday put the bed on this one. So it won't be very long now. I got the kit to put the hydraulic pump over on the motor on this one, so but that's what it looks like. And yeah, those are completely flat, best we can figure. All the way up. That ought to work really good. They're bolted down good. One thing I haven't done is, and I'm going to do, is put a resistance thread on all those bolts. So, better get my hammer and my punch. It's Wednesday. So we do something on Wednesday sometimes, most of the time. And it's almost lunchtime, and let's see if I can get them to show up. Yep, that's what time it is, according to the Ford. Got a hole my way. Some cool signage up here. You don't see that every day, I don't think, everywhere. Maybe somebody'd be more familiar with that sign, but that over there is probably the coolest sign here. So we've got our Wendy's, and I'm trying not to get in an accident. If I was going to give those folks trouble, I'd say something like, your truck's missing some parts. But it's actually their sign, it's not their truck. So we've decided today that we're going to get our food at Wendy's and eat at Subway. You betcha. Eat at Subway. Subway, eat fresh. And you know why we're doing that? We got 4 meals cheaper than the price of 2. That's why. Yeah. This place here has been here, the building's been here a long time. It's been a couple different places. It's Rapid Roberts right now, but we got Petro across the road and Pilot, and then across the highway we got Love's. And this place right here will beat them on diesel every time. By quite a bit sometimes. Usually like 20 cents, ain't it?
I think right now it's about 35.
35 cents cheaper a gallon on diesel here. But this is where we're eating, so y'all have a good day.